Alright, from underground maze, weirdness, and retro grins, let's step outside. A Stalk in the Woods is the kind of first-person spicy horror game that doesn't waste time trying to make you feel comfortable. It drops you into a forest at night, and it immediately starts playing with that very specific fear. Not monsters jumping out every 5 seconds, but the quiet, creeping feeling that someone is out there. And they're not just sightseeing. You're playing as a woman who ends up alone in a remote stretch of woods. The game doesn't open with a giant exposition dump, which is honestly a blessing. You're not sitting through 5 minutes of, here's the lore. You're in it, right away. The trees are thick, the lighting is low, and the environment feels like it's swallowing sound. The core loop is simple but effective. Move, listen, hide, survive. You're navigating the forest, looking for items, routes, and progress triggers. And somewhere in that same space is the stalker. The game leans heavily into predator-prey tension. You're not fighting a monster, you're trying not to become prey. The forest itself becomes the real stage for the gameplay. There are abandoned campsites, small structures, and ruined cabins scattered around, and each one feels like a piece of environmental storytelling. It slowly gives the impression that this place has seen bad nights before. Stealth mechanics drive most of the tension. You move quietly, hide behind trees, and try to stay out of sight. If the stalker detects you, things quickly shift from cautious exploration into a frantic chase. Some players love the unpredictability of the stalker's behavior. It creates moments where you're never fully relaxed, even when the forest seems empty. Others find the AI a bit inconsistent. Sometimes you'll feel like you did everything right and still get caught. Other times, you'll barely escape after making a risky move. But the unpredictability is part of what keeps the experience intense. And because everything is happening from a first-person perspective, you're constantly scanning your surroundings. You listen for footsteps, watch for movement between the trees, and question every strange sound. That sensory tension is where the game shines. The adult elements exist within the game's predator-prey theme and are tied to gameplay outcomes rather than being separated into menus. That design choice makes the experience feel more connected to the survival mechanics. Some players appreciate that integration because it reinforces the atmosphere. Others feel the concept is a little too niche for their tastes. Either way, the game leaves a strong impression. Most playthroughs last around 1 or 2 hours, depending on how quickly you learn the environment. It's not a massive project, but it delivers a focused experience built around stealth and tension. For players interested in experimental adult horror games with strong atmosphere, A Stalk in the Woods is definitely one to try.